Namaste, welcome back to Mindful Serenity Yoga. And today we're going to do another desk break yoga sequence where we're just going to take 10 minutes out of a busy day to get up and stretch the body so that we can revitalize ourselves, increase the energy flow, and prevent some of those contractions and muscle issues that occur from sitting in the chair for long periods of time. So today it's probably going to be about a 10-minute break. I want you to begin by, first of all, sitting in your chair. Just push yourself up to the end of your chair. We're going to start with a deep breath, hands above the head on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to bring it down. We're going to stand up for this session, and what we're going to do is warm up the body by, first of all, lifting the left knee to meet the right elbow, then the left knee to meet the right elbow, and we'll do that 4 times. So I'm going to lift the left knee to meet the right elbow, right knee, left elbow, 2. And I'll just do it 2 more times so you can catch up. Very good. And we're going to kick out for 4 counts, extending the opposite arm to grab wherever we can on the opposite leg. So I'm going to lift my right leg, and then I'm going to bring the other arm back too. So I'm stretching those arms back 2 more times. And good. I might have done an extra one. Now we're going to touch the ankle with the opposite hand, and we're going to do that 4 times. I'll do the added 2 times. Other hand is extended above the air, reaching up. And I guess I'm doing more than 2 times, but you're just trying to get at least 4 counts. So I'm going to kick backwards, reaching with the opposite arm to touch the opposite heel as the other arm is extended forward. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 2, just for good measures. And from here, I'm just going to swing the arms side to side as I lift my heels. So I'm lifting my heels, reaching up towards the ceiling, opening my palms, closing them, going up, down, just down, swinging it here. 1, 2, 3. Let's start moving up again. Up, up, opening those palms and closing them, opening and closing, and let's bring it down again. Very good. Let's take another deep breath here. Hands above the head on the inhale. On the exhale, bending at the knees slightly. Let's do that again. Inhale up and exhale, arms down. Very good. Let's take those shoulders up and back. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. Let's do that forward. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale forward. Shaking out those arms. We're going to do some shoulder rotations. I'm going to start with the left hand underneath the right, and then when we come up around again, the right hand will go under the left, and we'll keep doing that for 4 counts. Inhale up, left hand underneath the right, exhale down. Inhale up, right hand underneath the left, exhale down. Inhale up, left hand underneath the right, exhale down. You got the picture. And I'm going to do it for 2 more times, just for good measure. Opening and closing, really extending and opening the chest as I come up and around. Very good. Let's shake that out again. Let's roll the hips. Sitting for long periods of time, we are really doing a lot of overcontraction of those hip flexors and not enough work for the hip extensors. We're just going to roll forward and back. Very good. Very good. So we are basically just warming up the body. Now to keep up with that warm up and to improve the energy flow or to increase the energy flow after long periods of sitting, we're going to do a very quick sun salutation chair routine. You can do anywhere where there's a chair that has no arms on the side and that is butted up against the wall or break because we do not want it to move. So I take this yoga chair, I bring my knees up to the chair, and I take a step back. I keep my feet shoulder distance apart again. I'm going to inhale up, touching the hands together, exhale those shoulders down, grabbing those fingers here in a church steeple. I'm going to extend on the inhale, on the exhale, I'm going to look up and breathe here for a breath. Let's get tall on the next inhale. On the exhale, using the hip flexors only, I'm bending, keeping the knees bent. I'm coming forward into a forward fold, Uttanasana, and I'm just going to allow the hands to dangle, head to hit the top of the chair. Just rest your body here. Remember, we're going to keep those knees bent, bum up in the air, flexing only at the hip joint. Let's hold it here. On the next in-breath, grabbing the front of my chair, bringing those elbows in, I'm going to come up into a half back. So in this case, I'm going to look over my chair, keeping a nice long back from the back of the head to the tailbone, and breathing here. Big breath in, belly expands. On the out breath, belly contracts. Let's expand that belly on the next inhale. On the exhale, we're going to exaggerate that bend to the knee. Bum comes up using the hip flexors, bending here. Head comes down, grabbing the elbows or the shoulders. We're going to give ourselves a big hug. Let's hold it here for a breath. Very good. Keeping the hands on the front of the chair, elbows in close to the body. I'm going to step up with my knee, so the knee is braced against the front of the chair, and I'm going to keep that knee lined up over the ankle. Remember those 3 points on the bottom of your foot. I'm stepping back with my left foot. So stay up on those toes as much as I can. If you have any issues with your foot, a block or a book or rolled up towels or a pillow underneath to catch your heel might help reduce some of that strain of the foot. But I am trying to stretch those feet muscles at the same time. So I'm holding it here, pushing in the front of the chair. Feel a nice stretch along here. Knee stays over the ankle. Leg extended in the back, pushing the heel back if I can. Feeling a nice calf and hamstring stretch. Muscles we're not activating enough when we're sitting. And I'm breathing here. If I want to challenge, I can keep it here. If I want to challenge myself, I can bring my hands up above my head, shoulders down, keeping neck long, head back. Let's get tall on the inhale. On the exhale, bring the elbows down to the front of the chair, hands to the back of the chair. I'm going to step back with my right leg to meet my left leg, keeping a little distance between the feet. I'm holding a nice long line from the back of my head all the way down to my tailbone, from my tailbone to my heels. This is a chair plank. Let's breathe here. As long as we can, feel that belly expand on the inhale, and on the exhale, contract. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 little steps up. Then I'm going to bring my belly to meet the front of that chair into a Sphinx position, trying to keep my elbows right underneath my shoulders, chin in, looking up for a modified Sphinx in the chair. Breathing in and out here. Feel the belly expand on the next inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to come back, grabbing the front of the chair. It's so important that we grab the front of the chair, especially in these folding chairs. I'm going to step back with my feet. I'm going to open them shoulder distance apart. And I'm going to get right into a downward dog using the chair. So I'm going to push my upper body away, my sits bones up and towards the ceiling at the same time, not worrying about bringing my heels down. If I can straighten my legs, so that would be wonderful. If not, we'll still work on that, okay? Let's hold it here for 3 big, beautiful breaths. Keeping the sits bones up and towards the air is the most important thing. I'm really pushing away, the upper body away from the chair. Really feeling a nice stretch in the back, the trapezius muscles, the spinal recto muscles. Very good. Now I'm going to walk up with my opposite knee now. I started with my right knee. Now my left knee is going to be braced up against the chair, over the ankle, stepping back with the right foot, pushing that heel back if I can. I may need something underneath that foot to help ground it. Keeping the knee above the ankle in the front. Just going to hold it here. Feeling that nice stretch of those muscles we've been neglecting while we've been sitting. If you want to challenge, you can keep it here. If you want to challenge yourself, you can lift your arms above your head. Shoulders down away from the ears. Pushing that heel down. And breathe. Let's get tall. On the exhale, reaching the front of the chair again. I'm going to step back up with my opposite leg. Take another tiny step back. I'm going to come right down into Uttasana again. So I'm bending here. Bum comes up. Knees are bent. Head down towards the front of the chair. I can bring my hands to the pole here, or I can just let my hands stay for another big, beautiful breath. And when we're ready, we're going to come up halfway. On the exhale, come up the whole way. Very good. Let's do a grounding breath or two here. Inhale up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale up. Exhale, elbows down. Let's take a breath in, hands above the head. Exhale, shoulders down, collapsing the hands together here. We'll bring the palms up towards the ceiling, extending those arms, holding it here for a big, beautiful breath. And let's get tall on the inhale. On the exhale, butting out the left hip, the right, the hands come towards the right side, pushing against that wall. Really stretching the fingers at the same time we're stretching the arms and the oblique muscles on the side here. Let's breathe for 2 breaths. Let's bring it up tall again. Exhale those shoulders down. Getting tall. Exhaling, pushing the hip out, coming to the side. Hold it here. 2 breaths. Let's bring it up. Getting tall. On the exhale, releasing the arms, bringing them to the back to support the lower back. Elbows come in together. We're just going to bring it into a little back bend. Looking up at the ceiling if we can. Holding it here for 2 breaths. Just countering that forward motion we get in hip flexion when we're seated. Let's bring it down here. I'm going to bring my right leg up towards the chair, bracing my foot securely on the chair. Again, with these folding chairs, we got to make sure that the front of the chair is where we put most of our weight. Knee stays above the ankle, lined up there, keeping the knee lined with the hip as much as possible. I have a slight bend in my knee of the grounding leg. I'm going to hold on to the chair for balance. I'm going to try to keep my spine long, head back, chin down. And on the inhale, I'm going to lift up onto my toes. I don't know if you can see my feet, but I'm lifting up onto my toes on the inhale. On the exhale, I'm coming flat and then lifting up onto my heel, lifting my toes off the ground. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, toes up. Really trying to use those 3 points, get to know each of them as we experience the grounding of the weight of the body onto the foot. We abuse our feet a lot and we forget about them when we're sitting for long periods of time. So inhale up, exhale, heel down. Very good. Keeping my leg exactly where it is, I'm going to do a little side stretch. I'm going to inhale up tall, touching those fingers together. On the exhale, I'm going to bring my left arm down to the right thigh, the outer right thigh, and the right arm is going to come around and touch where I can over here. Fingers are actually on that side. I'm going to keep a nice long spine, keeping the chin above the breastbone. I'm going to breathe in tall, feeling the belly expand. On the exhale, I'm going to rotate the head and chest as one unit towards the shoulder. And breathe. Let's get tall again on the in-breath. On the exhale, rotating again. Keeping the knee where it is, trying to push it back to keep it centered. Very good. Here, I'm going to get tall on the in-breath. On the exhale, I'm going to take my chin, bring it over my shoulder, looking over my shoulder for 4 breaths. Just putting a little bit of resistance on the outside of my knee so my leg will come forward as I'm twisting. This is great for the obliques, great for the lower back. Great for those core muscles we've been abusing. And then we'll bring it forward. Very good. Just going to shake it out here. The arms. I'm going to bring that leg out a bit. Keeping a knee bent here. Keeping a knee bent here. We're just going to rotate those ankles. We should feel a nice little something happening here. Very good. Then from here, I'm just going to bring the toe down. Reaching up, grabbing the back of the foot, keeping this knee still grounded. I'm going to hold it here for a little bit of a quad stretch. 4 breaths. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring your other hand behind, but you don't have to. Let's shake out that leg. More importantly, let's shake out of the leg that we've been using as our support leg. Very good. I'm going to do the same. Using this as my support leg now. My right leg, knee stays slightly bent. 3 points on the bottom of the leg, of the foot that I'm reminding myself of. Bringing my foot up, trying to keep the knee above the ankle, holding it here. I'm going to use the chair for support, and I'm going to get up on my toes on an inhale, coming down into the heel, exhaling toes up. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, toes up. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, and we're stretching the calves and the shin muscles as well. We're actually working all the way up to the glutes. Let me do this. One more. Very good. Keeping this knee where it is. I'm going to take a breath in, hands above the head. On the exhale, my right arm comes to the outer left thigh. Bring my other hand around wherever I can grab or catch, holding it here. Pushing this knee in slightly so I stay with my knee in place. Inhale, chin stays above the breastbone. Inhale, top. On the exhale, rotating chest and head as one unit. Breathing here. Inhale, feel the belly expand, spine gets long. On the exhale, rotating. Holding it here. Breathe. Keeping a slight bend in this knee. When I'm ready, I'm going to take my hand over the shoulder, and I'm going to breathe here, looking over the shoulder for 4 breaths. Remember the 3 points with this grounding leg. Very good. Coming forward, shaking those arms. You can bring your foot back a little bit if you need to. Keeping a slight bend in this knee, we're just going to extend the leg a little bit and rotate the ankle around in one direction and in the other direction. Very good. Bring your foot down, and we're going to lift it up, do a quad stretch, keeping a slight bend in this knee. Remember the 3 grounding points in the bottom of the foot. Holding it here for 4 breaths. 3 more to go. If you want to challenge yourself, you can come back. But you don't have to. Just hold it here. And let's shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. I'm going to come to the front of my chair now. I'm going to inhale up. On the exhale, I'm going to airplane it out. I'm going to grab the back of the chair. I'm going to come down so that my spine is long in the back. My chest, my breastbone is up almost as if it has water in it, and I don't want to spill a drop. I'm going to hold it here for 2 breaths. We're going to scoop forward on the next inhale into a cow. Really arching in the back up here. On the exhale, chin comes down, chest rolls over, belly tightens up into a cat, and all the way up. We're going to do that again. Inhale tall, exhale back, hold it here. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. All the way up. Very good. Roll the shoulders up on the inhale, back on the exhale. Inhale up, exhale back. Forward, sorry. Let's bring those arms up. And we're just going to push it out. Scoop it forward, push it this way. Coming down and back. forward. Let's do this. And release those arms. Shaking out the arms. We're just going to drop the head down. See the little crooks in the neck and hold it here. We're going to bring the head up to a neutral position. Very slowly. We're just going to take the ear to the shoulder, left shoulder. Feeling a stretch in the neck. Let your arms just fall loose for this one. Hold it here for 2 breaths. Let's bring that head up. Let's hold it here for 2 breaths. Again, the arms are loose. Just stretching neck and shoulder. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Just hold it here. And breathe. A nice stretch along here. Now let's bring it back. Let's get tall on that in-breath. On the exhale, only if we can, we put our hands behind our head. We're just going to open up the arms and bringing the head back. Hold it here for 2 breaths, supporting the head. And let's bring it forward. Let's roll it out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands down to Prayer Mudra. Hold it here, check in with your body.